Well, I thought about also calling this video my public apology to Marie Kondo, because I've sometimes said, you know, she's well known for this idea of, does something spark joy? And holding up every item in your house and saying, does it spark joy? And I've often said, like, that is too subjective, especially right now, asking us to use our emotions and our feelings. It's too hard. We need objective, we need rules, right? But then I heard about this idea of the silent to-do list, and I have not been able to get it out of my head. And so it gives us a different way to look at literally every single item in our house. So I want to explain to you today what it is and how your to-do list could be getting exponentially longer without you even knowing it. Well, hi, I'm Dawn from The Minimal Mom. We love sharing tips and tricks to help you simplify your house quickly. And we've taken it as far as calling ourselves minimalists, but I know sometimes people are like, whoa, like, let's not go that extreme, right? But this whole month of February, we've been revisiting some of the core ideas behind minimalism and really why it just kind of makes sense. And I heard about this idea of the silent to-do list a couple weeks ago, and I have not been able to get it out of my head. So I'm excited to share it with you today and talk about how this might cause us to look differently at every single thing in our house. And then towards the end, I'll also talk about why I need to apologize to Marie Kondo, because she actually is very brilliant with this whole idea of sparking joy. So let's first start out with who came up with this idea. So it was in a book called Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. And what he said is this, is that every single material item in our house is sending out a message to us. So again, every single item in our house is sending out a message. So it could be a plant saying, water me, make sure I get enough sunlight. It could be dishes stacked up by the sink that say, wash me, dry me, put me away. Laundry on the floor saying, pick me up, put me in the laundry room, wash me, take care of me, put me away. Or something hanging in our closet saying, why haven't you worn me? Why haven't you been able to fit in me? Why did you spend money on me? Why do you make impulse purchases like this? And so you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? But that every single thing in our house is giving us these silent messages or subconscious messages. And so his proposal then is that the things that are telling us stuff to do, like the dishes that need to be washed or the mirror that needs to get wiped down or the stuff that needs to get picked up off the floor, that it's adding to our to-do list because it's telling us stuff to do. And so we're carrying around this subconscious to-do list. And when I heard this, I was like, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense, because often I'll say when I describe our house after we've simplified it, I'll be like, it's just so much more peaceful. And it's often hard for me to go beyond that, to put words around it, because I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know why, but our house feels so much better now that we have highly simplified it. It feels so good to be here. I don't know how to better describe it until I heard this, and I'm like, oh, maybe because this invisible to-do list that I have and we all have, now mine is so much shorter because I've gotten rid of so much stuff in our house. And I was like, okay, this is starting to make sense now. And as I've ran this idea by some others too, they're like, oh, right, like that's why we like going on vacation, right? That's why a vacation home feels so peaceful, or a hotel room. None of that stuff is telling us anything to do, right? It's not our stuff. Like, we don't have to do it. And I know sometimes people will make the case, they're like, well, right, but we can't live on vacation or in a vacation home. And that's true, but we can live a whole lot closer to that than I think most of us realize. And so if you subscribe to our channel, if you spend more time with us, that is my whole goal, is to help you with that. But let's keep talking about this idea a little bit more. So number one, we talked about what is it. Number two is, how do we now use this as a filter as we are decluttering and getting rid of stuff in our house? And so what I would challenge you to think for each item in your house is it sending me positive messages or negative messages? Let me give you an example real quick. So I have two examples here. One is a really gross pan sitting next to my sink, and this are flowers that I got recently. I bought them for myself. Tom does a good job on like the main holidays and occasions, but I actually bought these because I just needed some flowers, okay. And so as we look at these, I mean, they're beautiful, right? When I look at these, I don't feel any guilt. I don't feel anything I have to do. I can simply enjoy them. If anything, as these roses have been opening, I have been reminded that even in a wacky world right now, there is still lots of good things and beautiful things around us. It's actually helped me to start to focus on that. I even go so far as to be like, Oh my goodness, we have such an incredible creator that we serve. So these flowers actually help even reinforce my faith beliefs too. Until I stopped to think about it, I didn't even realize that, what message these flowers were giving. They're beautiful, they're awe-inspiring, and they make me feel very good, right, when I look at them. Similarly, this past winter, we got to go down to Big Bend National Park in Texas, and I just remember standing and looking and just being in awe at the creation and the beauty. As I've been thinking about this more, I'm like, wow, I mean, this stuff around us, it really 100% is giving off messages. On the other hand, I have this like gross dirty pan, right? And it literally has been sitting like right next to our sink right here. And do you know what this is telling me? Why didn't you just wash me right after you finished using me last night? Why was it even sitting next to the sink soaking? Like, I could have just washed it right away. It wouldn't have been a big deal. Why do I still do that? Why can't I just stay on top of the dishes? On and on and on, right? And isn't that so funny? And so this idea that as we're going to simplify our house now, that we can use this as a filter. What message is this stuff sending me? I mean, we've been talking more about clothes recently, and you know, if we have clothes we don't fit into, clothes we've spent money on that we maybe shouldn't have spent the money on, maybe it got put on a credit card, that needs to be altered or needs something done with it, we need to lose weight to fit into it. What messages are those clothes sending us? And what's crazy, and what Fumio will talk about in his book, is that when we look collectively at the stuff in our house, most likely there are more negative messages getting sent to you than positive ones. Like, actually, as I look around my house, this is almost a rare exception, right? Most of the things are saying, do this, do that, pick me up, keep me organized, take care of me. And even the stuff that's in storage that we might think like, well, it's in the basement, it's in the garage, the attic, like I don't really have to do anything with it. That's not actually 100% true, because even the stuff that's in our basement right now, I have to organize it. I have to not forget about it. I have to keep it dry. Our basement gets wet every spring. I have to make sure, like, okay, when the snow starts melting, go downstairs, make sure there's nothing on the floor that's gonna get ruined. And if it does get ruined, then what is it saying about me, right? You're so disorganized, Dawn. Why can't you stay on top of it? The basement gets wet every spring. Is this something new? Like, are you new here, right? And so as I started to be aware of this, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, every single thing in our house is telling us something, and we get to decide, do I want to allow these things in my house that are sending negative messages, or do I want to use this as a filter to get rid of stuff in my house? And so this is where the apology to Marie Kondo comes in, because I have discounted her question of, does this spark joy? Because again, I said, like, too subjective, Marie. Like, we can't rely on our emotions right now. We're basket cases with everything going on in the world, right? But this idea that if we do ask, does something spark joy? Well, that would mean then, to me at least, that it's sending a positive message, that I enjoy looking at it. I enjoy having it in my house. I enjoy maintaining it. There is stuff, it might tell us something to do. I mean, these flowers have said to me like, hey, don't forget to water me, add some more water. You might want to retrim the ends in a little bit, or pull out any dead ones so the rest still keep looking good, right? I mean, it's not maintenance free, right? But it's a joy to do that, to, you know, keep the water level up and to take care of them. I love it. That's great, right? I mean, the dirty clothes on the floor and the other stuff that's piled up and cluttered up our spaces, not so much. And so again, this can become a filter that we use as we're simplifying our house. What message is this item sending me? And if it's not good, maybe it's time that we pass those stuff on, no matter if we spent money on it, if it was given to us as a gift, if it's a sentimental item, that we just say, you know what? Life is too short to be surrounded with stuff that's sending us messages to make us feel like junk about ourselves. It's just not worth it. And so for me, this is just where minimalism makes sense then, right? As we reduce the amount of items in our home, our invisible to-do list is getting shortened as well. I mean, it's simple math, really, when it comes down to it, right? That we remove the extra items, we remove the stuff that we really don't have time to take care of, we remove the stuff that's taunting us. And I think what you're gonna find in the process is that we do start to feel less stressed out, less anxious in our own home. It can actually be a peaceful place to come home to, and a place that, I mean, I joke about this pan next to the sink, but honestly, it doesn't send me as negative of messages as it would have in the past, because in the past, like they would have been, the dishes would have been like stacked sky high here, right? And then it's like, Dawn, you're really a loser when it comes to dishes. Right now, it literally was like one pan next to the sink. So I'm like, well, I would like to stay up on them more, but it's not so bad, right? And so as we reduce the amount of stuff in our house, there just simply isn't as much stuff to taunt us or to send out these messages. And so I want to encourage you to keep going. And even when it gets tough, even when you feel indecisive, you lose momentum, to say, no, you know what? This is really important because I deserve to have peace of mind in my own house. My family deserves that too. We're all impacted a little bit differently by the amount of stuff around us, but by and large, most of us function better, we feel better when there just isn't as much stuff around us. And so again, if you haven't subscribed, I hope you do so we can spend more time together. It's a privilege to get to help you with this process, because like I said in the beginning, I know how good it feels. I know how good it feels to live in a simplified home, and it's just awesome. And that's where I sometimes have difficulty putting words around it because it's so great. I'm also gonna link to the YouTube video that I watched down below by Simple Victoria about this. I think if you're looking for a little more information, she is very articulate and says it well too, as well as that book that it can be found in. I have not read the book, so just so you know, I got this idea from Victoria. So I have not read it yet, but it looks like a worthwhile read, so I'll link to that below as well. But otherwise, I hope you have a great day. I love you, and I'll visit with you again soon.